Welcome, peeps. This is MCU and Me, podcast hosted by my friend Keaton from The Buzz and me, Air, also known as Eric sometimes. And today we're going to be talking about Captain America, the First Avenger, the fourth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth movie.
Fifth movie, yes.
In the MCU as far. And we're going to start off talking about...
Fuck, it's good.
Oh,
it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it is.
Goddamn.
Holy shit, that movie's...
Dude, I had not seen it. I had not seen it in a minute.
Yeah, me either. And like, from as far as you know, in the community, it's regarded as, some people consider it mediocre, and some people
consider it Thor level.
Yeah, or just kind of forgotten about. But no, this I don't know what it is, but it's just good.
It's good.
Even on its own.
It's cheesy.
Yeah,
it's cheesy,
but in a good way.
But goddamn, it's so good.
No, like it's cheesy in a good way, like in a non-cringe way. There's so many like emotional. I don't know if it's because us being so far ahead, like, because look, whatever happens in Endgame, it's gonna be the end of something.
Yeah. And
to think that it might be the end of his like character arc, like I don't know, it just makes this movie so much more emotional. I guess it makes me wonder if in the first viewing it would have been that way. Maybe we appreciated more because of that. With
like I liked it at the time, for sure.
Yeah, me too. I remember
it was one of my favorites. Like Captain America was one of my favorite heroes, especially after like Avengers. Like he was really good. Like it took until Winter Soldier for me to really start coming around to it. But coming back to this, he's I think the line that you like to reference about this movie is "never change" or whatever.
No, man. Oh, dude, that's
never change who you are.
Oh
God damn,
dude, there's so much.
He is such a good character.
There's so much shit in this fucking movie, dude. It's so good. Like, okay, look, just from the beginning, Okay, so you see, I mean, skipping over the part where they find him or whatever, but when we're getting to know him, we get this. We already.
Okay, how do you feel about the beginning and the end of the movie being kind of setups? So, the story in itself could have just been the past.
Yeah.
Do you think it was necessary to kind of connect it to the MCU? I know that's why they did it, but do you think they had to do that?
No, I mean, if anything, it would have been pretty bold if he just left it as like, then he was frozen in ice and he fucking died. like I thought about it, I was like, wow. Like, imagine if they had never showed the end. Like...
Or even the beginning.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because maybe...
It's really interesting because, like, they show the beginning, the crash plane in the ice.
Yeah.
But then, like, by the time that actually happens in the 40s, you forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, he's on a plane now.
Yeah, not until the end, which is, that's when you remember.
I think that just shows good pacing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm wondering if it would have been better if they had put the beginning at the end. Like a whole sequence. No, probably not. Actually, no.
I think the way they did it was probably the best way, and I understand why they did it because they had to set up Avengers. Oh my god, where to start? Okay, all the actors in this movie, all the main actors, really good.
Yeah.
Period. Chris Evans, great. Tommy Lee Jones, holy fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot he was in this. My god, is he so fucking good as his character?
Yeah, and Peggy
Carter. I forget the actress name, but she's good too. I'm sorry. I feel so bad for forgetting her name, but my god, she's so good. The villain, very over the top, but everyone's kind of over the top.
Yeah.
At least as far as Captain America and...
Haley Atwell. That's,
Yeah.
Haley Atwell.
Did you watch Agent Carter?
Yeah, I did.
Is it good?
Yeah. There was actually... I forgot to talk about it in the Iron Man 2 episode. There's some... In season 2, there's some connections to Vanko, to his dad.
Oh, okay. I believe it.
Yeah, they explained a little bit about what they were working on.
Oh.
It had to do with the Tesseract or something, I think.
Tesseract's such a weird thing.
Yeah. But anyways, back to Captain America.
You know, this is technically... No, Thor was technically the first time it appeared on screen. The Tesseract appeared. Yeah. It was at the end credit scene of Avengers. And then this movie is the first time it's actually used as a plot device, so as a MacGuffin, basically. They just kind of show up in Norway and they're like, hey, we're getting this. So this is technically the first time the Tesseract has moved since the beginning of Earth. Basically, or beginning of man. Yeah. Because it was given by the gods, theoretically Odin, to the the people of Norway, to hold on to, basically, for whatever reason. Don't really know why.
Yeah,
I forget.
I didn't even know that.
Like, hey, put it in a crypt.
And you really think like, why the fuck would he do that? Like, why?
Maybe to keep it safe.
No, from who?
I don't know. Are there any Infinity Stones on Asgard? There aren't, right?
The reality one.
I guess. It's been so long since I fucking watched Dark World. I don't know. Because maybe that was it. Like, maybe he just wanted to split up the Infinity Stones theoretically and put one on Earth. Possible.
But yeah, villain's good. What's his name too? Fuck.
Red Skull. I mean,
what's his name?
Schmidt.
No,
Johann Schmidt.
The actor.
God damn it. I don't know. Okay, I'm bad with actor's name, but like, that's the thing is like, I'm into the characters, I guess. I don't know. The Doctor is really good too. I kept forgetting his name. Is Jos? Yosen? Something like that?
Yeah, no, not Jensen.
Not Jensen, no. I wrote down the name.
Hugo Weaving.
Erskine.
Erskine,
there you go. I forgot the Doctor's name, but Mike, he's just good. He's just so good to Steve. Like, it's just like it's just a wholesome, like, relationship there.
Like, okay, so the movie starts out, you already get a sense of what kind of guy this is. Steve Rogers, he's a skinny guy, but he's really trying hard.
The thing is, they don't even show him. They show the beginning and the future part where S.H.I.E.L.D.'s looking at it, and then they show the villain taking the Tesseract to set up, and then they show him.
Yeah, then they show...
and there's actually a really neat reference in this that I never picked up on before. Whenever he shoots the guy, blood gets onto, like, his Hydra skull. Mm. So there's a bunch of setup that he's the Red Skull, like, before it actually happens.
Yeah. Wasn't he already at this point? He just hadn't taken.
No, he is the Red Skull, but like there's like subtle references. I guess
foreshadowing.
I don't know why they wanted to hide it so much and make it seem like a thing. Because if you knew, you knew.
Yeah.
And only the nerds would be able to pick up on the references anyway. Like later on, there's like red paint whenever he's getting painted, and it's just like all over the table. And for some reason, there's a button that works to open up the Tesseract box.
Yeah, literally. And it's kind of not obvious, but you really could have hidden it more.
Oh well,
but yeah, you get a sense of what kind of character Steve is, just because you see how many applications he's had and how many times he's applied.
Yeah, he just wants to help out his country. It's like it's like so patriotic, and I don't know if that's just because we're American that we take it that way. Maybe that's another thing too is that Captain America is definitely not as big a deal in other countries.
Yeah,
because I mean. Let's be real about it for a second. Captain America was basically created as propaganda.
Yeah.
He was a character I think that was not even made by Marvel. No, he claimed Stan Lee basically brought him in whenever he took ownership or some shit like that. Basically,
yeah. I mean, actually, also this movie doesn't really come off that patriotic to me.
It does to me for sure. Like there like the music, the swells and stuff like that, and just like the I came to a realization of like a way to conceptualize it. Thor is the equivalent of bringing mythology and grounding it to be a superhero. Yeah. This is the equivalent of getting like wartime propaganda and turning it into a superhero and grounding it. So what they did for that, to take this super over the top, like cheery, like propaganda boy, like punches Hitler on the mouth, which he literally fucking did in the thing. They do that in like a almost not necessarily a mocking way, but like a like hyper realistic way. Like, okay, he's like a spokesman for war bonds.
Yeah.
Which is like a super like wholesome thing. He's kind of getting taken advantage of, but like he's just trying to help his country in the best way that he can at the time. And he punches Hitler, which I think is a reference to that because he killed Hitler a lot, but it was always decoys. And then. I know I'm skipping a lot of parts to the war bond period.
Besides that, the war bond stuff, I don't know. The movie never really screamed like whenever I talk about patriotic, what I'm saying is like kind of like in Spider-Man in the original trilogy, there was an American flag almost at every corner.
It's not. It's more about his character, like
which
the Spider-Man, he's like New York, but like Captain America is like I represent.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just a good hero.
Man, the scene we're watching, one of the very first wholesome moments
where he gets caught for basically.
Yeah, and then he's like, "So you want to kill Nazis, huh?" And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you want to go over there and kill some Nazis?" And he's just like, "I just don't like bullies."
Yeah.
I started cheering up. I was like, "Oh, Steve."
No, he said, "I don't want to kill anyone."
Yeah.
I just don't like bullies.
Yes.
Which made it even better.
I was like, "Fuck, what a good guy." And then. You know, oh, and then in the theater, I don't know if the theater scene is before or after this part. I think it's before.
Where he's in...
Yeah, when he's in the theater.
I think it's before.
Yeah, and the guy's like, hey, cut it out. And he's like, shut up, dude. Show some respect.
He says, shut up.
Yeah, and then he gets his ass beaten in the alleyway. And like in the way he got up, and then he got the shield. I was like, oh, this poor man. He was so skinny and frail. He grabs the trash can, you know, foreshadowing as a shield. You know, and he's like, I could do this all day. Oh man,
No, he gets the shield knocked out of him, and then he stands up, put his fist up, and then says it, which is the exact same stance he uses later on in Civil War. And if that's not in fucking Endgame, I wouldn't be surprised. But my God, if they do it, if he fucking fist fights Thanos and just says I can do this all day, like God.
But yeah, then I don't know. We meet Bucky. This is the beginning of Bucky, which I have no idea why you kept thinking he was recast.
It was somebody else. I don't know.
That's a Mandela effect.
There might have been like rumors about something for whatever reason it was big thing. But yeah, no, I like that better that he's been the same guy since, because it makes a lot more like wholesome as a relationship. Yeah.
Also, you know, because a lot of people now they just ship them. Like that's a popular thing among like the little, you know, teenage girl side of, you know, the MCU fandom. Like shipping them together, and I mean, I've never gotten it. I mean, I can see why, but this movie really does, you know, detail like, hey, they're just really good best friends.
Yeah, there could be non-sexual, close, intimate friends.
Yes, that too. You know, it speaks kind of badly about that,
especially people in fucking war.
yes, especially in war, and you can tell these dudes have been friends for like a long time. You know,
even when he was like, see, that's the thing too, is you know that like Bucky Barnes's like friendship with him is legitimate because he was with him when he was like a 90-pound loser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you know, so that, you know, the like beginning of their relationship, that's really, you know, yeah, it's just wholesome. You know, you
this movie's just very wholesome overall.
Yes, man, it just makes you feel good. Like
even the violence is super toned down, and this is maybe because the Disney acquisition was on the rise.
No, it was
because there's barely any blood. If anyone gets. They use laser guns most of the time. And if somebody gets shot, they're evaporated.
But do you remember the end? I mean, skipping to the end real quick. Some guy gets a fucking ripped to shreds by a propeller.
That does happen. Yeah. That does happen the one time. But overall...
Yeah, no, I saw it. Whoa!
I think I did the same thing in the theater.
I remember... Because I just finished the ending of it just a couple minutes ago. And I remember watching the scene. I had forgotten that he has to crash the missile and back into the plane. But I saw that guy get ripped to shreds. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, war is like that sometimes.
It would be like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the action is good too. I think they managed to make like what normally would be a character that would never work on screen, you know, super campy, ridiculous character that made him relatable and human.
The moment that they did that was during the war bonds thing, and like right as that was ending, because they were showing him like being at the crowds, being all hyped up, and then immediately cutting to actual war, like war people, like people in war. So basically immediately just like, oh shit, this is not this I wasn't helping as much as I could have been.
Yeah, like, but I mean, he's aware though. He's, you know, I think he's very reluctant to do it at first.
He wanted to get on the front line. Like he wanted to start fighting like Hydra and stuff like that immediately, but then they're like, no, you're going to be a lab experiment, or you can go sell war bonds. And he was like,
I'd rather do that. I mean, you know, again, this movie's just it's so just makes you feel good, you know? Like right now we're watching a scene after he gets his ass kicked and, you know, Bucky kind of saves him. Yeah. And it further sets up, you know, how close they are, you know? Yeah. And also just real quick, there's actually the original Human Torch, there's a nod to him in this movie during the Stark Expo scene.
What do you mean?
The original Human Torch was an android around the 40s with Namor, Wolverine, and Captain America. They all fought together. But I think they might have skipped over it. They also introduced Howard Stark. Oh yeah,
Howard Stark, who is a different actor.
Right there.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize that. Howard Stark is a different actor in this movie for base. This is back when de-aging stuff wasn't as advanced as it is now.
Well, not only, I don't even think it was. Just not as it wasn't as good.
They would never attempt to do a fully de-aged character like they would for Captain Marvel.
Not only that, but I mean, this movie is in the 40s, which is, we'll say Iron Man 2. That scene is in the 80s, right? So it's like 40 years.
Yeah, well,
it's a 40-year difference. Yeah, it's a 40-year difference, you know. So I mean, the only other thing, so I could understand why they didn't use John Slattery again, but at the same time, he doesn't even have the same facial like structure.
It's just the mustache. He just looks like Tesla. They both just look like Tesla.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
It's more like a combination of Tesla and Disney, I think, is what they were going for.
Yeah. No, but like he's good too, you know.
He does a fine job. He's very campy, like.
But also, he's very much like Tony in a way.
Yeah.
But not like a direct ripoff. Like, you know.
It was a way of having a Stark in the movie.
Yeah, you know. And it makes sense, but, you know.
One thing I did like about this movie that Stark is kind of involved in is that this movie isn't afraid to just have scenes without Captain America in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something that a lot of movies are kind of afraid of doing. So, like, for example, there's a scene where Howard Stark is just kind of messing with a power core of, like, one of the grenades or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it explodes up. Captain America has nothing to do with that scene. It's just character development of, like, them fucking around and, like, showing stuff. They do that with the Howling Commandos, too. Which is, I want to bring up the Howling Commandos because I thought they were recognizable. But I went to confirm. You know who the Howling Commandos are, right? Yeah. No, that's another thing that I actually didn't like. Before these movies came out, most of my previous knowledge was from reading like some comics when I was too little to comprehend, and from playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And I remember I was surprised because, you know, I saw this movie and then it only registered later like, holy shit, that was the Howling Commandos. That was which is a Nick Fury thing.
Dum Dugan.
There's a few of there's a few of them in there. I don't know all their names, but I know the General Howling Commandos was like another World War II thing that Nick Fury was actually doing. Yeah. So instead of Captain America leading them, it was Nick Fury and going off on his own adventures. Meanwhile, Captain America's somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but they're probably the most exaggerated part, but
it's the whole movie's campy.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it can be excused as first, it's another time, second, you know.
It's also just harder to do like you couldn't do like it's making a superhero movie about a real war. So like,
but also they're fun, you know.
Yeah,
it's not like,
no, that's the thing is it has to be campy and kind of over the top because the alternative is to have like a super serious superhero movie
you know,
about World War II, one of the bloodiest wars. Like, I think they handled it pretty well. I mean,
I am surprised though they didn't really involve like, well, I mean, of course World War II were involved, but like, I don't know, they don't really show Nazis and Hitler.
A few Nazis showed up and that's about it.
Yeah, but they never even show Hitler either, you know?
They show
besides, I mean,
they don't need to show real Hitler. I don't think they show any swastikas either.
No,
which is, you know, generally what a lot of people go towards nowadays, which is fine, you know. What else?
I mean, also, there's the scene right before, the grenade scene.
Oh, the grenade scene's my favorite fucking part. Yeah, like, that hit me like in the theaters. I was like, damn, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, because it's what's his name? Tommy Lee Jones was skeptical at first about him. You know, he wanted that douche blonde.
Yeah, and he threw a grenade to. Yeah, I realized this time to like prove that like, oh yeah, he'll jump on the grenade. Yeah, but, like he ran away.
Yeah, and you know, it just makes you go like, wow. What a man!
What a hero!
Yeah, he's
on. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, but you know. And then right before the operation, that's when he tells him the quote. He's like, "No matter what happens tomorrow, you got to promise me one thing: that you'll still be not a perfect soldier,
but a perfect man.
You know, but a good man."
There you go. A good man. Yeah.
I started tearing. I was like, "Oh,
that was good." So overall, like. The Doctor may be like a little bit of an exposition, like quote, but like, you know, like it just comes. I don't know. It's wholesome. Like, there's so much. Like, I don't want to shit talk at all. Like, it's just a good movie.
Also, although, what did you think about the skinny effect or whatever?
I think it holds up pretty well overall. Like, there's a lot of effects that I think have aged a little bit, but I mean, I think out of all of them, they probably put a lot of effort into that one overall.
Although I don't know, I do.
I think it holds up, and it makes the scene where he actually comes out buff, like he comes across as a fucking, for lack of a better term, a beefcake. He comes out fucking jacked as shit.
Yeah, like fucking dude.
He looks like he could rip logs apart.
Yeah, he does.
I know.
But yeah, no, but I don't know. I remember at the time too. I thought the effect was a little weird. And
it's just the fact that his head is
it's his head, you know. Also, hey, we forget to talk about, you know, this is him after he played Human Torch.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect anything because it was a long enough time back that like nobody cared, and I cannot see anyone else but Chris Evans being this Captain America, Steve Rogers.
I remember.
I'm totally down for Sam Wilson or Bucky Barnes as Captain America. Awesome. in Phase 4 moving forward, whatever. Awesome, go for it. But goddamn, Steve Rogers and Chris Evans is just perfect. It's people talk so much about like Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. No, Chris Evans and Captain America. Okay. I cannot see a different way.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna disagree with you there.
I cannot.
I think he's. No. I think he's. Actually, no. You know what? He's just one of the looks wise. I don't think he looks the same. Something about his face.
What do you mean?
He doesn't look the same as like Captain America, like in the comics. You know.
Oh.
Like, because whenever people say like Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, it's usually appearance. You know, it's because Hugh Jackman looks exactly like Wolverine.
Well, anyway, but he's my Captain America.
No, but that's still true. He like especially, you know,
he's the best Captain America that the MCU could have gotten.
Yeah, by Winter Soldier, you know,
even in this movie, he's a great character.
Yeah,
they watered down a lot of people in Avengers, which you know it's expected. We'll talk about more in Avengers, but. This is a good movie. I don't know what else.
Just that scene where he fucking comes out. Jesus Christ, man! That man is just Jesus. He's fucking huge. Like I don't know how else to put it. He's fucking huge. Like,
do you like the parts where like Peggy Carter like goes to touch him? And
I think later she said like, yeah, that wasn't even in the script. Like she just did that, you know. And when she went back, it's because she really meant like she wasn't supposed to do that.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
oh God, I would have been that way too. I'd been like, shit, man. Imagine seeing that like though in real life. Is that if that happened to someone, like.
Dude, the amount of fucking working out and
effort
that went into that.
That poor bastard.
Yeah, I feel bad. But my God.
Yeah. Jesus, look at his fucking delts.
People thought... I think I talked about this in the Thor episode, but like... No, Thor always shows up shirtless.
Yeah.
Chris Evans is way more fucking jacked. At least in his own movies.
Yeah. I'd say he's more beefed up.
I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, so there's that. Then he dies. Fucking
the doctor.
Ugh.
Erskine.
Yes, and then he points to his heart.
He can't say anything, so he points at his heart. Just reiterating, stay who you are.
God damn it.
My goodness. And he does. Chris Evans, a.k.a. Captain America, a.k.a. Steve Rogers, basically is the same person, but he evolves over time. It's so... Okay,
Well, I mean, it'll further be explored in the Winter Soldier as far as his arc goes.
Yeah,
because right now, he's raised to be like, just America's boy.
He's very naive.
Pretty much.
But the thing, okay, so Steve Rogers stays the same person. However, the circumstances he's in and his knowledge and what he thinks of the world can change. But overall, he's the same person over time.
Yeah.
Even with all the power.
But he still, grows at the same time. He keeps the same principles, but he still grows as he goes on. But
yeah, so he gets an arc over time. But that'll be
then hey, Peggy also, she's pretty powerful. She was probably the first
shoots
badass. Oh yeah.
I totally forgot that happened. She straight up fucking shot at him.
I remember that when that scene came up though. Like,
did you think that was kind of arbitrary? Like how that chick just like made out with him?
Oh,
I get it. Because that's why she was mad.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I can kind of...
Wait. But what are you saying?
It was just so Peggy could walk by.
That she got mad, or that a girl would make out with a guy just like that? Or what are you saying?
Well, because she was like, oh, this is for all the women in America. Or like, you saved a ton of men.
Oh, yeah.
Like, their wives are thankful.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness.
So, like, I mean...
Hey, my man, Steve, he hasn't got any action. He's like...
That's why he's all nervous when it happens.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I mean, okay, And then she walks by, and then he's like, oh, shit. And then... Well, you were getting fondue and cheese. What is
you were fonduing.
And then he cuts to Howard. He's just like,
fondue is cheese and meat.
Yeah, just cheese and meat, cheese and bread, my friend. And he's like, are you serious? I thought he totally buy it because he would never know,
Is Captain America still a virgin?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. I think well, first of all, he died a virgin. Can you imagine that?
He died a virgin.
Yeah, he died.
What do you mean he died a virgin?
Like in this movie.
Everyone thought he died. Yeah,
he died a virgin. That poor man.
One thing I'd like to point out, also like with Peggy Carter and him, she kind of liked him even before.
Yeah,
he got
you
jacked,
could tell,
which is nice, you know. So like that makes it a little bit more wholesome. It's not a character who gets wet for him whenever he gets powers.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
that's just like in any other movie. Like you could tell there was something there, you know, and it only helped that he got buff as fuck.
It's almost like she liked his character and he liked hers, although he was probably more immature about it. But I guess he does kind of have like naive tendencies in this one too.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
He just like doesn't know how to talk to women.
Yeah, I mean that's too. Like, when he's talking to her, he's like, "Why would a dame like you?" He says something.
I mean, woman. I mean,
yeah. He's like, I mean, a woman. I mean, not broad. Not that you're not a good woman. I'm sure you're a. She's like, you really don't have any idea how to talk to women, do you?
It's good.
Yeah, but that scene where he chases after that Nazi, whatever, that was good.
You told me he has like fake feet.
Yeah, yes, he's wearing prosthetic feet because, of course, he wouldn't fucking run in the street barefoot like that on top of cars either.
I guess
you'd get a lot of rocks on your feet, and that's very uncomfortable.
Captain America, he can handle it.
Okay, but that was his first time. Okay, that kid too, he was good. Go get him. I
don't know. That part is so fucking dumb, but it's funny, like, it's cheesy. Yeah, it's funny, but like it's so like it's a thing you never think of. Like, for some reason, I misremembered this. That he fucking pulled the submarine out of the water.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just Mandela effect, but like,
no, he pulled him out of the water.
Yeah, I know. He like he swims after.
No, but me too. I forgot.
It's such like cool imagery. Just like you see the submarine completely underwater, and you just see him coming back.
No, first I was like, God damn, he was able to break the window like underwater, and then he just pulled his ass. He's like, get your ass over here,
wait. And then he just takes the cyanide capsule, and
I didn't know at the time that was like.
He thought his tooth just.
No, I literally I thought his tooth just fell and he was like, and then his mouth started foaming. I was like, damn, bro.
I'd seen like Watchmen before this, so I kind of knew what cyanide was.
No, but so there's that. There's when Bucky dies. When he finds Bucky. First of all, after he gets his
that rescue scene was like kind of cool. That's when the Howling Commandos get introduced,
and that
and how it just goes in just like with that fucking helmet over his like and a jacket over his like costume. One thing to comment on: do you like his costume in this movie? The way more tactical. World War II?
I was thinking it looks badass.
I love the costume. In
this movie. It looks like I was thinking like it made me think about the 1990s Captain America movie and how the costume was so like
way too
it was like
printed out.
It was accurate to a fault, and I was thinking like this is the pinnacle of how you make a silly costume work. Yeah,
you make it like super realistic, which is what they had to do. They had to ground everything like super hardcore.
I love it too. I don't know why they used that Avengers suit in that movie.
I want to talk about the Avengers, but
I mean, there's the rescue scene that was cool. I remember thinking the when Bucky dies.
Do you think that? I mean, it had to happen for the Winter Soldier to ever be set up. Yeah. So I don't. Do you think that was their intent? Was the Winter Soldier for a second?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess really the only thing they could have done, like say even like Avengers, say Winter Soldier wasn't maybe the best movie. I mean. They kind of had to do Winter Soldier. Yeah. Because, like, how else would you have a Captain America villain in modern times?
I mean, Shield. But,
what?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to
I'm so fucking glad they're never going to do Captain America was a Hydra agent the whole time.
Oh, but that reminds me. That's why, like, even that scene where they're like, who are you supposed to be? He's like, Captain America. It wasn't cringy to me. It was a good cheesy. It wasn't like
he had to say his name at some point.
Yeah, but it's because sometimes they're afraid of saying that, or sometimes when they do say it, it's really cringy.
Like what?
Like what did we see recently? We saw something recently that was like
Captain Marvel.
No, where they say the name, but it's just laughable. Well, I remember they did it in Aquaman.
Hello, I am Doctor Strange. I'm just kidding. No, Doctor Strange makes the most sense. I can't think of anyone who has a weird name that's weird to say out loud. Well, they do have swastikas in this movie. I've seen that in the clip, but it was just during this one little part in the background. All right.
Also, I mean, I guess he was a good villain too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he's over the top and cheesy that they needed.
But also,
they couldn't have Hitler as the villain. I mean,
I guess it's the same thing though. Just one note.
Very one note. So he's not a great villain.
Motivation is just, it's buyable, but he's a Nazi. He's a Nazi, so that's why you can.
A Nazi that believes in magic, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, not that a Nazi is cool, but like he's relating this Captain America world to Thor, like with the first scene with the men, with Norway and stuff. So overall connections to the MCU, Easter eggs, etc., things that you really liked about this movie.
I mean, of course, there's Howard Stark. There's the Tesseract.
The word Shield, like Shield, is never talked about in this movie, right?
No.
Yeah, so they theoretically set it up after this movie at some point. Let me also pull up my notes. Zoloff or whatever, the scientist guy, they reference his like comic book self because he's just a fucking computer face. So he has like his face really close on like a magnifying glass.
Yeah. Also, that this is more of a Winter Soldier problem, but there is kind of a problem. Actually, it's strictly a Winter Soldier thing. Yeah. How it ties back to him.
Yeah, they made it more like they did it like legitimately after, but the first time they did it was like a reference. And this movie actually had, in my opinion, kind of like spy elements even before Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
but Winter Soldier did it in like a modern spy kind of way.
Yeah.
While this one did it in like a 40s spy kind of way.
Yeah.
Where it's just like cyanide capsules, sneaking into places and stuff like that, and sneaking into war bases. Let's see.
Also, I don't know. It's also, I think it's more different in the way that it's filmed. I don't know what it is.
There's a sepia tone to it.
Is it that? But also, I don't know. The frame rate at times seems a little weird. I'm not sure if it's the frame rate. Maybe it's the green screen. Because, like, for example, the scenes where there's the big ass plane, they're in the base, and there's like the thousands of Hydra agents or whatever. That looks kind of iffy.
Yeah, I think there's some graphic limitations, and I think again a lot of the budget probably went towards the Captain America small body stuff.
Yeah.
There's definitely a sepia tone to it, and maybe not say a blur. They did probably some sort of film effect to make it look a little bit more aged. Red Skull obviously shows up in Infinity War. Was not expecting that in the theater at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't really.
Nah. As far as that's like a after thing, like an Infinity War thing.
It's just like hey, look, it's him.
Oh, but also, they kept him alive. That's the thing. They were one of the first villains they didn't kill.
True.
Because
at the time he was dead.
You assume he's dead because he got sucked into space, but you didn't see him.
He's also kind of a floating ghost in Infinity War.
Oh wait, well yeah.
But no, I see what you mean. Like,
also, though,
he's a reincorporated.
I don't get. I guess maybe they didn't want to explain or they didn't know how far they would nerf the Tesseract. Well, because I don't know. So they make it seem in the beginning that where the clip is playing of him
getting kissed by
the chick, and Peggy gets mad at him. But anyways, fuck, what was I saying?
Well, in the as far as I remember from the canon. This is me fucking watching like the Spider-Man's 90s show. Yeah. Is that Captain America and Red Skull were like frozen together or like stuck out of time or something like that. Yeah. And that's how they end up.
I don't know how he comes back.
Because Captain America's lore has changed so much. Because originally he never got frozen to begin with, but they're like, oh shit, we need this guy from World War II to be in modern day and he's getting too old now.
Yeah.
So they had to start retconning how they did it. So that's how they decided to do it. It's probably the best way they could. And
I never knew how Red Skull.
So Red Skull was theoretically frozen as well in some way, not the same way per se. I don't know the lore nowadays, but yes, I think to reincorporate him into later storylines, he also got put out of time. If that makes any sense. So I think that's kind of what they were going for. If they ever wanted to bring Red Skull back, they're like, oh yeah, he shot up in the Tesseract. And if they want to say like, oh yeah,
but so like, did he get his powers from looking at the Tesseract?
Who? Or Red Skull?
Yeah, or did
no? He was the first test for the super serum.
But then, okay, so
that's why he says
because I thought it was I thought it was implied that by looking at it, it kind of fucked him up too.
No, I think he was already crazy. The serum made him crazy, but he was already crazy.
The only other thing is that like the Tesseract kind of burned through everything. At the end. I wasn't sure how that worked because then, as we see in Captain Marvel, they're able to put it in like a
lunchbox.
Yeah, and it doesn't fall out.
Shut up.
And then
they kind of forget about that. Like in Nick Fury in the Avengers has to like wear gloves and it kind of burns him. He's like, you know, and puts it in the case or whatever, which is a special case to hold it. I don't know, man. I just work here.
This movie's dumb.
What?
0 out of 10.
Do you want to get into actual? Is there anything else to bring up?
No, I mean, there's that Easter egg, the Human Torch one.
Yeah,
they were. I forgot the team name, but yeah, it was Captain America, Namor, the Submariner, the Human Torch. He was an android, and someone else. I forgot who, but they were a team as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think while Nick Fury had the Howling Commandos, you know, they
kind of had to bring it because Nick Fury was never gonna get solo stuff.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's the setup of, you know, well, is there a setup of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I can't remember.
At the very end, when he wakes up, he's in a S.H.I.E.L.D. facility. And, like, it's so funny when you see him, like, trying to sneak out, and then he's, like, everyone gets a call, and they all immediately, like,
literally,
look at him, and he's like...
and he's like, running, But, yeah.
They got all their ad space at the very end of the movie, because every single billboard pops up, and they're like, fuck, we have to make up, because the whole movie couldn't have product placement.
Yeah, no.
Here you go now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Overall, I'm trying to think of what else there is. I'm sure that we're missing a lot of references or stuff like that.
The date lines are sad. Or the dance.
Oh.
Where they both say, I'm looking for the right partner, and then he's like, oh, I'm free next Saturday or whatever.
The end, man.
Yeah, he's fucking crashing.
When he's about to crash the fucking thing, man. Oh my god. I know that again. I don't know.
They made something super cheesy, but it's still so emotional because they're just having a conversation.
Yes, it was fucking sad. I was like, this man is really about to lay his line, and it is lay his life.
On a line.
It's totally his character. Oh, this man.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Basically, I guess it is kind of like a callback to his character. Like, he's consistent throughout the movie. Like, he'll jump on the grenade. He'll take the plane down.
Yeah.
Some people say, like, oh, he could have changed the course of the plane. It's like, no. They talk about why they can't do that.
I thought maybe he could have jumped out of the plane
maybe.
at the last second. Why wouldn't you consider that?
Because he was on autopilot and he had to steer it.
Yeah, but I'm saying when it's headed down, you can just run and jump and...
All right.
Okay, anyway.
Is there anything else worth bringing up about this movie?
There's, I don't know, it's kind of funny too. Surprisingly funny.
Yeah, there's
that, I'm not kissing you scene.
That was good.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I don't know. This movie overall, there's a lot of heart. It's really good. I guess maybe it is amplified by, you know, how far we've come along. You know, and seeing him as a character.
Yeah, this movie honestly was like, this made me think like, damn, Captain America and Iron Man, like quality wise, they were always pretty equal, like pretty close. Like, it's pretty forgotten about, but like obviously Tony Stark was kind of like the lead boy for the first phase 1,
and plus, you know, he's the cooler guy, you know, because at this point Steve is still kind of a stick, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can see him as a stick, I guess. You know.
He has almost like a Superman type personality, but done correctly.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's most comparable to, you know, Superman, because they're both kind of, if you wanted to
Boy Scout,
Boy Scout kind of things, stick in the muds, you know, like always for the rules, you know,
language.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I loved it watching it again.
Yeah, I did too. Okay, so rating, go.
Yeah, I think I give it a 10.
See, okay, I want to give it a 10. But there's so many 10s that I know are 10s, and I know it's not quite there because there's just a few things that drag it down. Like some of the effects aren't quite there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go with a 9.5. Really close to a perfect movie.
No, actually, you know what? I'll go there.
9.5.
Yeah, I'll go there too.
Because we already got Iron Man as a 10. I know a few other movies are gonna be a 10.
Yeah.
So I want to have a consistent grading scale. So.
All right, I mean, this one, I guess, mainly just...
It's 9.5 is still a 9.5. It's fucking...
Yeah. Well, it's just because it's that high. You know, I guess maybe the film itself is more of maybe, I would say, like a 7 or something.
It's great.
But just the way it made me feel, I guess.
Yeah, no, it evokes emotion, which is probably kind of manipulated on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not... Captain America isn't at the level of Iron Man yet from this movie, but my God, is it good.
Yeah, and plus, because, you know, everybody prefers the cool guy, you know.
Yeah, everyone liked the asshole Tony Stark. He got introduced first.
Yeah.
Which is, it's good. It's good that Tony Stark got introduced first, because if they started with this, it'd be kind of a weird one.
No, yeah.
So you can't start with Captain America, but he's grown to be one of the best characters.
Yeah.
Until recent times. But, all right, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching MCU and me. Goddamn, this ran a little long. Bye.